Dedroning secure airspace. I'm Tonya Hall for ZDNet and Tech Republic, and joining me is Joerg Lamprecht, founder and CEO of Dedrone. Welcome, Joerg.
Thank you very much, Tonya, for having me.
Absolutely. What does Dedrone do, and what motivated you to found the company?
Well, Dedrone firstly detects and defends against drones, malicious drones. So we're protecting airspace against malicious drones. So protecting airspaces from Department of Corrections and stadiums and embassies and all kinds of facilities against all these unwanted spying and hacking and cracking drones, which can be used for, doing damage.
What's the actual scale of the drone problem today? How many are out there? What types of equipment, facilities, and infrastructure might they actually be threatening?
Yeah, when we started the company, it was kind of, nobody wanted to talk to us. It was a science fiction problem. So drones were flying around the Christmas tree and very tiny indoor use. So meanwhile, there's more than 1 million drones being sold every single month. And these drones are, they carry payload for long distances. So they carry up to 40 pounds payload. They have autopilot. They fly 10 miles autonomous. And so they're no longer toys. And that's why the problem is really emerging a lot with also the progress of the drones, what they made over the last years.
When you're protecting an asset or facility, is there such a thing as a good unknown drone, or do you treat all unknowns as threats?
Well, it depends where you are. If you run let's say, a facility for a prison facility or a jail, then every drone first is considered to be a bad drone, because everybody knows that flying, drones into prisons and dropping contraband probably is not a good thing. There are certain areas and certain customers, they have their own drones and want to fly their own drones. And that's why we whitelist the good drones and, only filter out the bad ones, which is a bit more complicated, but that's happening also in some customer places as well.
How far does your company or your technology go to stop a potential threat? What does it mean to intercept unwanted drones?
Yeah, but shooting down drones is it's a lot of fun. It's highly illegal. And since the FAA clearly deems a drone an aircraft, that means everything you would do it to a drone is the same as if you would do it to a Boeing 747. So you can't shoot them down, you can't jam them down unless you have authority to do so from the FCC. The first step really is to detect drones, to identify them, get some intelligence, like what kind of maker and model, maybe serial number, where's the pilot, and all the information which we can get from that, and then make a decision based on that. So shooting down drones should be the last option. Sometimes it's the most wanted option.
Other than illegal surveillance and flight disruptions, we've seen a lot in the news lately, and airports shutting down, if you will, what are some of the more creative and dastardly ways that the bad guys are using drones?
Oh, there's a lot of things on the internet. If you just Google weaponized drones, there's people attaching guns to drones, also flamethrowers. There's a maker who does chainsaws at drones and flies around with chainsaws and drones. And you can add C4 to it. You can add, any kind of military equipment to it, grenades and IEDs that can hurt a lot of people. You can drop poison into open water plants, and you can just spray powder into stadiums. So there's many things you can do besides just taking nice aerial footage videos.
And last August, drones were allegedly used in an assassination attempt, exactly, on Venezuelan President Maduro, right? I mean, didn't they actually try using a drone to assassinate the president?
Yeah, they took commercial off-the-shelf drones and they attached some C4 explosives to it, and they flew into a public parade during a presidential show. So he was there watching a parade, and two drones tried to kill him. They failed, but again, it showed the world, and it showed, of course, the bad guys, how easy it is to, create your own cruise missile and pre-program it, equip it with something which is really malicious, and then fly it into places where you shouldn't be flying.
What does the regulatory landscape look like for both the honest drone pilot and the counter drone company?
Yeah, well, it is illegal to equip IEDs into drones and fly them into audiences. But certainly there is certain rules in place. All the things we just mentioned is that they won't stop drones. I mean, everybody who puts a contraband onto a drone and flies into a prison knows he's doing something illegal. So laws won't stop drones. Ultimately, it will only be technology that stops drones. And that's what we're here for. So the rules are: you can't fly near airports, you can't fly near no-fly zones. You can, I mean, there's many things you can just look up on maps. But those things we saw, for instance, at Gatwick, those were people who flew at the airport intentionally. So they wanted to disrupt the airport. They probably want to just like really cause some damage, some action there. Maybe reconnaissance flights for a later on attack. So the people were there intentionally. They knew they were doing something wrong, but still it happened 50 times during 2 days that somebody flew a drone and, you know, completely knocked off a whole multi-billion-dollar operation.
Threat mitigation awfully involves a back and forth game between threat actors, changing methods or improving technology, and security experts reacting and planning ahead. How do you see the game playing out in 2019?
Oh, the race has just started. So, I mean, exactly what you just said. There's way new methods to steer drones, steer intelligent robots. The detection layers at this early beginning. So we're detecting with multiple sensor layers, like with cameras and microphones and RF radio frequency scanning and radar systems. But I mean, there's drones out there. They look like birds. They flap with wings. And there's drones like super small, like hummingbird size, and you wouldn't even recognize them as drones anymore. And then there's super high flying drones, like in 20, 30,000 feet. Then you have cameras, high resolution cameras, which can record almost everything from like 2,000 to 3,000 feet away. So the race is on, and I think drones are here to stay, but that problem will certainly not go away. And it's a race, like every security. Like thousands of years, we started with maybe some fences around our hut, and then we started with locks around the doors, and then we created smoke detectors and burglar alarms, and then we detected, multiple things. So it's an evolution of technology, and I think we're just only seeing the very, very first steps and beginning of a paradigm shift into an autonomous world.
Joerg Lamprecht, founder and CEO of Dedrone. If somebody wants to connect with you, maybe they want to find out more about the work that you're doing, how can they do that?
Well, first of all, check out our website. It's www.dedrone.com, or just send me an email at joerg@dedrone.com.
Sounds good. And if you guys want to find more of my interviews, you can do that right here on ZDNet or Tech Republic, or go to my website, tonyahall.net. I've got links to all my social sites. Thanks for watching.